It's me, you freaks. Dear God, it's late. It's 9 p.m. and the sun is still up and nothing matters. So we're rocking with it. You're rocking with me because I'm rocking with you fuckers. So you're just gonna have to deal with you guys. If you're here, you've been here long enough to know that I don't run on a consistent timer of any sort. So I'm not even apologizing. Who got what? Cyber, congratulations on first. Emily, thanks for the Spotify reminder. Completely ignored that. Whoopsies. Private session. Thanks. Pio, thank you for the 50 bits. Have some pennies, bitch. Thank you. And who else is here? Sammy, hello. Callum, hello. Tommy, hello. Arctic, hello. Flesh and Bones, hello. Moth, hello. Hello to all of you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the autism pit, because that's what we're calling this today. Welcome. This was hey Goose. First time chatter. Thanks for being a goose. Thanks for the bits, Bio. Jesus Christ. No, not thank you for being a goose. Thank you for what first time chat whatever. Honk hon. That's really what we got there. We got honk honk. Thank you. Perfect. Hi King, how are you? You're welcome for being a goose. Okay, perfect. I'm so incredibly not here right now. Hello everybody, my name is Almostander and welcome home. How are we? How are you? Hello. Wait, hang on. It's hello. Nice to meet you. It's like you, how are you? It's like how, what, how you, what? I don't know. I'm trying to learn sign language again. I know a little bit of it, but I'm trying to learn it again. That's it. That's ish. My how is bad. I know it's like this, but it's like that. Like I don't. Yeah. Because I know it's like you, how you. I know like my name is ZANDER. And then like I know how I can ask like it's like you sign name sign name what you like something like I don't know. I'm learning. Let a man learn. I'm on day one, okay? It's day one. I'm getting there. I just really like sign language, so I want to learn it. I can do like minor spelling, but that's kind of it. Anyways, thank you, Pio, for throwing more pennies at me and scaring the chat. I do quite like my shirt, and I'm glad you got a binder in this print because it's kind of dope. You're dashing my groceries because my body are committing hate crimes. That's so valid. That's completely valid. Today's not been good, so I'm just lurking. Totally understand, King. Welcome to the autism pit. We're gonna feel free to float in the pit. Feel free to sink to the bottom of the pit. Feel free to fill the pit with dirt. It's really it's that kind of day. What was I saying? I learned the BSL alphabet a while ago, so I guess I can just spell everything up bit by bit. Yeah, I know the ASL alphabet. Like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Sorry, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, no, W. God, Jesus Christ. W, X, Y, Z. And the one that pisses me off the most is that this looks like a lowercase r, but this is X, and this looks like an X, but it's an R, and that's stupid. It's dumb. Anyways. What am I saying? Oh, yeah, okay. We're playing Autism Pit today. What does Autism Pit mean? I'm gonna play crime scene cleanup and clean up some dead bodies and blood and all that cool shit. I think the trigger warning is still set for this. It might not be, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it does. There you go. Cool. So that's the warning for this. BSL is British Sign Language. And then I'm gonna just talk about things that I'm hyper fixated about, and you guys can pose me questions and challenges and spiral down the hole of the autism pit, because you know that I can rant or chat about pretty much anything. I could debate for anything as long as I have some level of information on it. And I do have a new hyperfixation rant, like information knowledge dump to share with you guys, and it's super important for queer history. So if you're a queer and you want to know your history, you better bet that I'm about to dig you a fucking hole, and I'm about to touch on what I think is one of the most important topics going around right now, because people have seen this discourse around. So what are we digging into? I'm about to announce it. So let me close this. Let me get my game open and let me set the stage for you. Hang on. Let me get. Hang on. I need my audio changed really quickly. I feel like I know. Feel free to take a guess. Feel free to take a guess as to what do you think the topic is today. The topic that I've been all over. Xander, help. What can I do for you, Tommy? Got some jazzy ass music going. I'm gonna turn the game down so that I can truly chatter at full intensity. Highlighted question. Dad, I can't afford to tip my dasher, but I feel like an asshole for that. What do I do? I have been a DoorDasher for years. I'm gonna be honest. I DoorDashed when I was at my genuine true lowest. As in like, oh shit, I'm not gonna make rent this month. I have to start DoorDashing and I have to dash nonstop for the next 4 days or I'm not gonna make rent. So while your tip is very important and DoorDash does not make a lot of money, I was taking, 10 to 20 different things like within the, like a 4-hour span. I'm not thinking about your one tip. I'll have like a 30-second thing where I'm like, that sucks, and otherwise it's fine. You could also alternatively, because it's, I don't know where you live. Where I live right now, it's hot as fucking balls out right now. So you're always welcome to offer to your driver, like, hey, do you want, like, if you have like water bottles or whatever, you could offer like, do you want a water bottle? Do you want something like from your house? But we will understand not being capable of tipping. You won't be the only person who doesn't tip. It's okay. Yes, 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 yes. Goose, gold star for you. First time chatting and you get a bonk gold star. Today, my friends, we're gonna clean up some crimes and we are going to talk about the he/him lesbians. We're talking about the he/him lesbians. Why? Because I've had to do a lot of research into it. And I have shit I want to share. I have opinions I need to talk about. And this shelf is gonna fall off the wall. There it goes. Like I said. That's how I feel about this. Puppy dog, hang on, sorry.
Sorry, Dexter, but it's no time for a walk.
Puppy dog. Okay, let me adjust some things real quick. I gotta remember how to play this game. Alright, so, the he/him lesbian debate. Hello and goodbye, I'm a host for an open thing, have a good stream. Hi Rotten, bye Rotten, see you later Rotten. I've already accepted the rat problem. What is this? I was, oh yeah, Tyler's dead, okay, cool. So, there is, if you, does everybody know, do I need to go over what the he/him lesbian debate is? Does everybody know what's been going on? As like as a super brief, quick overview, that the discourse is questioning whether or not people who identify as male or men or he/him pronouns can also identify as lesbians. Is that allowed? Is it like transitioning into being a man then still calling themselves lesbians even though they now identify as a man, or transitioning into a woman and calling themselves a lesbian? The first one. It's people who are, it's usually trans masculine or trans men. But hang on. Like this, we're listening to a thing.
A grown man making his
yep.
own decisions.
Yep.
There was nothing more I could do to save him.
Yeah.
Was that death truly necessary?
Yeah, this is the sad episode where Tyler's dead, sorry. So it's ooh.
At last, here I am, Tyler.
Oh. Sorry, Tyler.
It's time to leave. The movie night is over.
So the debate is, and honestly, it comes in a lot of different forms. because some people are talking specifically about like it's usually the conversation is about transmasculine people, so trans men or transmasculine people who identify as men and use primarily he, him, or male pronouns, and whether or not those people are allowed to identify as lesbians. But
It must be Trisha.
it's
Tyler talked a lot about you.
it goes a little bit deeper than that, because there's a lot of conversation where people are going like, well, he, him, like people are trying to bring like cis men into the debate, saying like, now so what, cis men are just gonna try to be lesbians now too, or whatever. Like there's a lot of mess that kind of comes along with the conversation.
Circumstances.
But hang on, I want to see if this is Tyler. I'm gonna guess it is.
Sorry, Tyler.
Yep.
This isn't the kind of trouble I can get you out of.
Very sad. But that's the debate. And before I get into the history and the politics of it, because I'm going to get into the history and politics of it because I want to, out of curiosity, where does everybody stand on a debate like that?
If I won't end up like that one day.
Like out of like pure curiosity, not like you know, say that you have to state your political statements on everything. But like out of pure curiosity, in the chat, how do you guys generally feel about
We're trying to get you
the concept of he, him, or masculine or male identifying people identifying as a lesbian, which is a primarily female term? I love the argument against complete. Oh, I love the argument against completely disintegrates as soon as you step off the internet. No, genuinely, that it truly, really, truly, genuinely does. I think people are just bored right now. Correct. I don't care as long as you don't hurt people. Correct. But I remember the definition of lesbian is non-man, lesbian, not man. We're gonna talk about that. I love he, him, lesbians. So true.
Looks like normal party supplies.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I get all the story from this place as well. Is there any other like clues I need to pick up? I don't think so. So I had a lot of weird like feelings. Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted by the story for the second. She was pregnant. Oh, this just got so much sadder.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Okay, well this story is a little sad now. Tyler's dead. His girlfriend was pregnant. He was so happy. This game is awful. I think as long as they're not hurting the women, and it's he, him, lesbian, indefinitely that way because of the community, if you get that. Yeah, like it's a community thing. Now, so I was, oh, well, good to know that the cat got out. I felt a lot of different ways about this, because as I feel like identities should be inclusive, and intentionally leaving anybody out of an identity feels not useful.
So, yeah, I'm solving Sudokus again. I'm kinda starting to get how it works. My therapist told me that it's good for my mind, but
Oh.
it's hard. Like, what number am I supposed to type in here? God, you better be right, Doc, because I am.
He was going to therapy.
But I think I actually feel slightly better.
Sudoku therapy.
Jeez.
Should have thought about getting a second opinion on that.
Sudoku therapy, crazy. So I wanted to do some research, because as I was watching some YouTube videos about the concept of it, the issue for me was popping up in that I feel like historically, like there's some history here that I don't know, and also that there's like I don't know. I wanted to know what was going on. And I came across a TikTok that was saying, if you don't know about the separatist movement, you aren't allowed to talk about this. And if you aren't aware that non-male loving non-male, that NMLNM acronym is racist, then you can't be talking about this yet. And I went, whoa, I don't know about either of those things. I am misinformed. I'm missing information here. I need to do some research. And so I've spent the past couple of days doing research. I've been watching a couple of long form YouTube videos, and those have recommended me some books. So I've started reading a couple of books to try to get some information, because I was like, I am missing some things. So let me inform you about what was called the separatist movement of the 1970s, because I think it will be really beneficial to this conversation. So back in the 1970s. Okay, hang on. Let me catch up on chat to see where you guys are. There's a similar conversation around bisexual means too, but the real ones, no, that's not true. Bisexual has always been an umbrella term for two or more. That's why poly, omni, pan, those are all under the bisexual umbrella. How on earth is that racist? We will get there. It comes from historical contexts, so I'll get there. Full believer if pronouns do not equal gender. Yes, I think that he and lesbians are truly okay as long as they're not causing harm. Trans men, though, who specifically identify as men, it feels wrong. Is lesbian is not men, loving not men, but trans men are men, so that makes it a bit weird. However, gender is once again fluid. As long as they once again are being respectful, it's not that big of an issue. People can live how they want. I know I sure should do. I love the slap of that. That was also essentially my exact opinion before I started doing the research. That was my full opinion was, gender and pronouns are not the same thing, but trans masculines, I totally understand. But if it's a trans man, the question is why identify as a lesbian and what is the history there? So, I started doing some research. So let's talk the separatist movement. The separatist movement was, I should probably just, hang on, let me put these right in here because it's in here today. The separatist movement was a movement that started in the 1970s, and it was a feminist movement. Now, in the 1970s, there was a lot of different fights that were going on at the same time. There were the fights and the marches for racial injustice. There were the fights for gay rights. There was the fights for feminist rights. Nobody had rights and everybody wanted them. So there was a lot of different political movements happening around the same time within the 1970s, which is where a lot of this stuff contextually needs to be understood. But the feminist movement specifically around that time had started a movement called the separatist movement. And this, for just so everybody's aware of it, this was not every feminist. This was a fringe feminist movement that was a small piece of the larger movement. And they said kind of is everybody here familiar with the 4B movement that is currently happening in 2020? The 4B movement that came out of, I believe it came out of Korea, and it's kind of been populating on the internet. The 4B movement was a movement that was proposed, I believe, the women of South Korea. I may be incorrect about that. Somebody can fact check me if I'm wrong, but I know it was not here. And then it was kind of spread around as people started talking about it, which was a movement meant to decenter men by removing access to women and women's bodies, which feels like a weird way to say that. But that's genuinely what it was. It was you were no longer supposed to date, marry, be with, or have sex with men. That was the rules of the movement. It was essentially a fancy title for what would be considered a sex strike, where women or men would no longer have access to women's bodies until women had the rights to control their own bodies, which in theory sounds really good and in practice is really bad, because that feels like taking candy away from a toddler instead of treating men like adult human beings who should be punished for their actions, not through a sex strike, but through more meaningful terms. But that was what the 4B movement was. Well, in the 70s, the separatist movement was kind of that idea. It was, the entire point was to decenter men from your life. Men were not supposed to be the center of your life. And so, to be what they called a woman-aligned woman, you had to center your life around women, working with women, housing with women, friendships with women, and the separatist movement specifically clarified that to be a true feminist and to truly decenter men in your life, you could not support the patriarchy by dating men, which means they proposed something called political lesbianism, in which to center men in, or to decenter men in your life and center women in your life, you could not be a feminist and a heterosexual woman. You had to be a lesbian to be a feminist, which is crazy. Obviously, me and you can both sit here and go, that's insane. That doesn't make any sense. but that is truly the way that they viewed that you had to act if you wanted to decenter men in your life. That was like their proposed idea. And they did, like, actually there are women who participated in this movement who took up a quote, like a lifestyle of political lesbianism. And they proposed that like all identities are political, which I would agree with to some degree. And like as like a person living in the world, like I am pansexual or I am gay or I am trans, but also there's like my identity is both my identity and it's also a political statement. I'm gay, but I'm also queer. And queer is like a political radical statement about who I am, an acknowledgement of like my history, where I come from, like, and a willingness to do this kind of shit where I learn about my history and the people who came before me. That's part of my queer identity, is identifying with where I came from, like my past, as in like my history. And that's like the part of it. So I do like, there is like some sense to the fact that, yeah, like identities are political, but you cannot just like politically choose to identify with a sexuality just because you hate men, so you have to date women. Sorry, I'm gonna collect all this information.
It did not go fine.
And there's one other thing. This. Please don't touch anything. I'm tired of constantly changing strings and we need to save. Love you.
Tyler seems to have liked music, but I guess music didn't like him back.
So, sorry, I'm gonna let her play her guitar for a second. And then I'll read your guys' chat real quick. I don't pay attention to what the internet does. Yeah. Why does that kind of sound like extinction? This is sounding wrong morally. This thing is also, I see, hurting non-gender conforming people. Yeah. Or something. I'm not sure what that right word is. How many people were doing this? This was not everybody. This was a fringe like feminist movement, but it was really, really pushed. There are some writings that were put out by the people who were supporting this movement. I've looked into some of them, and the writing is it's pretty bad, because essentially it was.
Paul,
Oh.
this was out of my control. I hope at least you're reunited with your son now.
Sorry, this is like the saddest map, and I'm on a whole different topic. But it was a movement that really pushed, like, if you want to support women, this is how you do it, and there is no other correct way to be supporting women if you are, like, you know, one of the girls kind of thing. It was a really intense movement, although it was a really like a fairly small movement in comparison to some. And I think it's important to know that like this wasn't all feminists. And there was a book also written around a similar time called Feminism is for Everybody that really postulated the completely opposite view. This was just like this particular group of people. This was truly the view that they had, which was you could not have men included in your life if you were truly going to call yourself a feminist. And I think that's obviously, we know now that that's a pretty intense view. But around this time, like I said, the racial injustices were happening, and because there were racial injustices happening, people were fighting for several different fronts, and black women were having to not only fight for, you know, their rights as women in the feminist movement, but also were being forced to fight for their rights as black Americans who were also losing their rights in the streets. So it was it was one of those things that you had to do both, or you had to choose one. So these two. And the separatist movement really didn't like that when black women were fighting for their rights, they were fighting alongside, you know, their fathers and their sons and their uncles and their brothers and the men in their lives. And thus they were labeled as betrayers, that they were not truly part of the feminist movement because they were still quote unquote centering their lives around men. And like, thus, like they like many black women were completely left out of and like excluded specifically from these movements. And like, so like the separatist movement as a whole ended up being a fairly racially not good. I don't know what the proper word right now is, but it wasn't right. It was some fucked up shit, to say the very least about it. And there's a lot to be said about. Oh my god, I forgot I have dual sponges now. That's crazy. This is obnoxious. I'm dual wielding scrub daddies and talking about feminism. Good lord. Sorry, I got distracted by dual wielding sponges. This cat stepped everywhere. So anyways, that's kind of where this stuff started. And then the part of this that starts talking about racism and the injustices that these people were facing is that they're the butch and stud communities, which were stud communities are specifically black lesbians. They refer to as studs. They're black butch lesbians. They were excluded from a lot of the conversation around feminism because they aligned themselves with masculinity. You know, butch lesbians were looked at as aligning themselves with men, especially because there are, not all, but there are a number of butch lesbians or stud lesbians who they adopt a more masculine identity than just like, you know, I'm like, you know, I dress tomboyish kind of thing. There were a lot of stud and butch lesbians who would start taking testosterone or even like enter like the beginning of gender like gender transitioning to better align themselves with their identity while still being a lesbian and being gender nonconforming, but aligning with masculine ideals and for a lot of them taking on he him pronouns. And like that's where all of this shit starts, going all the way back, is just like they were just masculine lesbians who would choose to stand somewhere between male and female and would use he him pronouns as a way to you know, be more comfortable with their identity and identify themselves and whatever reason they wanted to. And if you pull up names at Stonewall, right, I'm going to hope and pray that everybody in my chat right now can identify what Stonewall is. Chatters, can I believe in you for that? Do you all know what Stonewall is? Should I go over that real quick? I'm looking to chat for some comfort here. Okay. I do not know what Stonewall is. All right, so because there's at least one person here who does not know what Stonewall is, let's go over what Stonewall is. When you've heard things like the first Pride was a protest, most people are referring to the Stonewall protests. And a lot of people will refer to Stonewall as a singular protest, but in reality, Stonewall was happening at the same time as many other protests that were happening around the area. And not just that area, but in several different cities and several different states all over the United States. In the middle of the gay rights movement, people were beginning to take protests, and Stonewall, along with Black Cat Alley, were some of the first of those that began getting more severely physical, in which police brutality against those in the queer community was pretty intense. And Stonewall, the one is famous for throwing the concept of throwing the first brick at Stonewall, is a conversation around police brutality in the Stonewall bar, and a riot broke out. That is unironically what the riot broke out into. And the people who led the Stonewall riot specifically were Martha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, and I'm gonna fail this next name, and I'm gonna pull it up so I don't mispronounce their name. Hold on, because I know I mispronounce it all of the time, and I need to have it in front of me because it's a long last name. God, what is his name? It is Martha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, and where are you? I hate that this one is so hard to find. There, Stormy De La... I still can't do it. Stormy De La Very? Stormy De La Very. That was like that. Stormy De La Very was a he/him butch lesbian. Somebody who was exactly the conversation we're talking about, and was there when at one of the most famous, the first Pride was a protest, the one that we all talk about, the one that, like, if anybody can name one, like, Pride protest, like the beginning of the gay rights movements, people point out Stonewall. And there was a butch lesbian, a non-gender conforming butch lesbian who used he, him pronouns that was there at the beginning of it all. Like, and I don't know if they used exclusively he, him, or he, she, they, or it was gender non-conforming butch lesbian. That, like, it's insane that, like, we just completely leave this entire, like, section of the story out. Hang on, let me grab this. Working on found a new job, normal job, time to move on.
It looks like they were trying to get their lives together.
That sucks. So, anyways, and that's where some of this is coming into. And so during all of these conversations, and when the butch lesbians were being questioned for not being, you know, women-aligned women and aligning themselves with masculinity and leaning into the patriarchy, is when the gender nonconforming way of expressing non-male loving non-male began being used. And it was used against anything that took the form of masculinity, oftentimes referring to butch or stone or stud lesbians as a way to exclude them from feminine spaces. And that's why some people do refer to the history as NM, LM, and NM as something that has racist connotations or underlyings. Which I personally, and this is just from a personal standpoint, I have done a lot of research, unironically. I have read books, I've not finished them, I've started reading books, and I've been watching videos, and I've been trying to learn from other lesbians and feminists and, you know, people who came before me, trying to figure out exactly what's going on, that I don't believe the term non-male loving non-male is a damaging term. I think it's not a perfect term, but when it comes down to, I need an easy definition for people outside the queer community who don't understand the nuances of lesbianism. I think if you needed a way to explain it, I think non-male loving non-male is a perfectly acceptable way to explain lesbianism if you need, like, a simple definition, just from a personal standpoint. And if I'm really truly wrong about that, I think I could stand to be corrected for sure. Like, I'd be interested to know. So that's that part of that. So that's like a quick overview of what I've been learning right now about political lesbianism, stone and butch tops, and their place in lesbianism, and also the whole concept around the he hims. But there's a lot of things that I've been kind of like learning about and playing around with as I've like watching and like learning about these, because it's such a strange, like, complex conversation that has to do with so many different moving pieces, and like a lot of it wraps back around to some like really, really old, really conservatist ideas, and one of those being identity morality, non-AMAB loving non-AMAB. See, but even that would not be correct, because non-assigned male at birth loving non-assigned male at birth completely excludes trans women. Yeah, because trans women are women. There you go. You figured it out. There you go. Yeah. Can you say the term again? NMLNM. Non-men loving non-men. The reason that was referred to as racist is because it was used to exclude stud lesbians because they were masculine. Stud lesbians being black butch lesbians because they leaned into masculinity. So it's specifically used to leave out those masculine black lesbians from the conversation. Like I said, in modern connotation, I do not believe that it has racist connotations anymore. Obviously, I'm not the person who gets to say whether or not something is damaging to a community. But just from my research of it and hearing people talk about it, I don't believe it's still currently referred to as a racist term. I think it comes from a history of race inequality. So that's my personal understanding of it after having read everything that I read. And I do agree, lesbianism is something that's really hard to shorten into a single term because it is such a complex identity, both emotionally and also politically, because it is to some degree a political, like, identity. But it's I don't know. it is definitely, I think it's a hard one to try to like break down into something easy to define. I think it is important to have a definition that you can give to people who aren't in the nuanced and well understood and well versed and well conversated queer community. If you're talking with other queer people who understand the history of lesbianism, no, I don't think you need to rely on the term non-men loving non-men. I think you can talk about the concept of lesbianism without needing a quick 5-word Google definition. If you need to explain to your mom what a lesbian is, I think using the term non-male loving non-male would perfectly work to communicate that concept to your mother without needing to get into these complex nuances that somebody outside the queer community would not be capable of understanding. So that's where I kind of, it gets a little messy. What is blocking the way? Is that what is blocking the way? Yeah, okay. AV Yellow! Hi, welcome to the Autism Pit. We're talking about political lesbianism. This is an insane conversation to come in on. Hey Queen, how are you? That's crazy. Hi, I hope you're doing well. Thing with terms and names are the connotations of it. If you say it with a racist connotation, it's gonna be racist, but if you say it with a different connotation, it shouldn't immediately be pointing fingers at and yelling that they're being racist because of past uses of the word. I do agree. I don't feel like it's racist anymore. Yeah, but like I'm not the one to have a say on it. It's similar to other terms like queer, in my opinion, though, repurposed from a harmful term into something better. I completely agree. Well, if you haven't seen you in so long, yeah, it's so good to have you. I'm alive and well, thank you. I hope you're well too. Yeah, I mean, I'm holding it together. It's been like obscenely stupid, awful busy because I work full time now, and everything is just constantly doing stuff. But I'm sure trucking along. I'm holding it together. Duck. I'm keeping it together for now, at least. Is this something I need to throw away? No. Oh, it starts. Oh, I do have to hold to throw that. In the lake. Well, can't play darts in this game. Cringe. Anyways, I was letting chat catch up on conversations really quickly before I charge forward with my next thought process, because I'm not done yet. I'm not done. There's more I want to say. Glad you're surviving. Thank you. You know how I'm doing, boop. Yo. Oh, reconnections. Let me put this thing back. Boop. I've only got 77% of the trash. Good lord. Okay, I need to figure out where these go. It's not over here. Ah, that's where. This is a cool setup. Okay, so that's the very start of all of this. That was the first couple of things I looked into and like started like building thoughts and opinions on. And then through a bunch of research, I came across a couple other ideals and thoughts that I kind of wanted to add to the conversation and share with the class. And one of them kind of attaches into everything, which is the concept of moral identity neutrality. Okay, now we're getting into some big concepts and some big conversations, right? But everybody has the idea of it, because I'm sure everybody here has heard something similar to either all men or not all men conversations, right? Either the conversation that all men are evil, or the argument that not all men are evil, and other people's stances and takes onto why all men are evil or all men aren't evil, or all men should be treated like, or all men are whatever. Like that conversation. That's what we're playing with here. And I was watching a video that was talking about like that concept as a whole, really, and like where it comes from and where it stems from, and the problems that come with it.
It's hard to get used to this.
And one of the things that they posited was that identities cannot have morality. Sometimes I don't realize that people make stupid arguments because they're bored. People do what they want. Yeah, no, genuinely. Identities cannot have morality, right? That is like an incredibly important part of this entire conversation, and I think is the part that a lot of people end up missing. It's being a woman does not mean that you are born good, and being born a man does not mean that you are born evil, and being, you know, gay does not make you more morally correct than being straight. It is not morally bad to be a straight person. Being born a man is morally neutral. Being born a woman is morally neutral. Being transgender is morally neutral. It is a completely net neutral thing to have an identity. And that one is one of my favorite things to talk about, because it leads itself directly into the concept that being oppressed does not make you pure. And that is a quote from one of the people I watched a YouTube video on. It was a video documentary. Their name is Trash. And I can pull up their channel if I need to get like their if anybody wants to watch them, I can pull up their channel. But is this clean? It is. Okay. That was like one of the takes that they said that was the most important to me, was just that quick and easy, like being oppressed doesn't make you pure. It doesn't mean that you are incapable of oppressing other people, and it doesn't mean that you are like morally or inherently correct in your places. Like, that's something that I feel like comes up a lot is, well, I'm not being sexist because I am a woman, or I'm not being homophobic because I am gay, or I am a minority, or I'm not hurting these people because I am these people. And that's just like truly not how that works. And I think it's important to have that conversation and remember that that's just super not how that works. And that being a member of a minority party doesn't mean that you are not capable of hurting that minority party and or hurting other minorities. Like, it's like, it sounds stupid if I say it out loud, but so many people act this way. But if I say out loud, you can be gay and still be racist, there are people who would argue with you of like, no, because I know what it's like to be hate crimed. So like, whatever, like, I'm different, I'm exempt, I'm whatever. And like, there is like truly people who act and think this way. You should all be treated equally, minus the people who are into it. They can do whatever they want when they find a partner who's also consensually into it. Yeah. All men, not all men is similar to Schrodinger's cat for me. I think the all men, not all men conversation needs to come from a place of identity, morality, neutrality, and also like population consensus and understanding of demographics and everything. Like, so what I'm trying to say when I phrase it like that is that being born a man does not inherently make you evil or bad. And I can say that with the co-consciousness that men are statistically more likely to be violent or be predators or be the perpetrator of violent crimes against other minorities than women are. You are more likely to a man is more likely to commit a crime against a woman than a woman is to commit a crime against a man. That is statistically true. But I also know that the person committing that crime isn't committing that crime because all men are evil, and of course he is. He's committing that crime because he's a bad person. And that's what needs to be cleared up. Because the men being born bad and women being born good leads to a couple different things. One of them is obviously the pushing of the patriarchy concept that like men should all be defined as bad and evil, and thus, men perpetrate them back on themselves, which ends up with this male loneliness epidemic bullshit that people are talking about. And like leads to this idea that all men are evil, and so they get treated differently in public and like whatever. And also,
taint is safe against me.
I don't like that sentence. Also, it means that we're not properly blaming the actions of men on the actions of evil men and are somehow instead ascribing the actions of bad men to the fact that they just are men, so of course they do that stuff, or they are men, so of course they would act this way, which just isn't how that works and isn't an okay excuse. You can't just say, well, you know, he did this thing because he's a man. So like, it's that level of importance. And at the same time, the concept that all men are born bad and all women are born good and pure and honest, and men are evil and aggressive and sexual, is the exact same concept that was happening in the fucking Renaissance that led to the whole concept of like 1950s housewives, because women are born pure and honest and untainted, and therefore must be protected against their will from the evil, cruel, aggressive, sexual, male-dominated world. And therefore, women should not be allowed autonomy. They should not be allowed out of the home. They should not be allowed in the workforce, because otherwise they will be tainted, and thus they need to be protected. The dainty, soft, like, pure housewives must be kept in the home and not out in public having autonomous choices over their own lives. Like, that is how you get to those kind of things. When you start ascribing identity, like, that you were born with to morality, you start taking away autonomy. This is something very similar to many stories in the Catholic Bible. It is. There's a lot of this that just is a mess, and it leads to bad things. Okay, hang on. I gotta scroll up so I can read chat. I feel like inherently being a homophobe versus having an opinion that could be problematic to the queer community should be held as separate things. I agree. Psych major years ago. Yeah, being able to spell Schrodinger's. Even as someone who distrusts most cis men at first due to personal experiences, men are not inherently bad. They are in fact more likely, yes, but like you said, he's not committing the crime because he's a man. He's just a bad person. Yes. To try to put it in more common sense, is it like saying, of course that pitbull attacked that person, it's a pitbull? Exactly. Like saying that, like, well, yeah, all pit bulls are bad because pit bulls attack people. Of course that pit bull attacked him. It's because pit bulls are all evil. Doesn't make sense. It's not a bad breed. It's a bad dog. You didn't train the dog right. Of course it bit people. A Chihuahua is just as capable as biting you as a German Shepherd is, as a pit bull is, as a Yorkie Terrier is, as a fucking Pomeranian is. They are all 100% capable of biting you. And if it's a bad dog, or like you said, a bad owner, a poorly trained dog, an aggressive dog, a dog that hasn't been taught better, of course it's gonna bite. It's not because it's a pit bull, because it's a Chihuahua, because it's a German Shepherd, or we would put all pit bulls down when they were born and we'd stop breeding them because they're awful, violent, evil breeds. And that's not what it is. Like, that is exactly what that conversation is. It's not all pit bulls. It's pit bulls who are not trained to not bite. If you train a dog to bite, it's gonna bite. And to a certain level, this is where my takes start getting a little political and a little extreme. Because I am under the true extreme, like, not extreme, but the true and genuine belief that the patriarchy is to blame for all of this, which isn't a super extreme take. But it is like, the whole concept of men are evil is such a stupid thought to me. Like, it is genuinely stupid. Because to attribute the fact that you were born with a penis and thus you are evil is insane. It is because men benefit from this massive patriarchy, and also it is because the patriarchy hurts men that men turn out the way they are. And I know that's like a controversial take because it's, you know, women also get hurt by this and women don't turn out that way. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that to a certain degree, if you get told over and over and over and over and over again growing up that you are evil and you are dangerous and you are aggressive, there is going to be a certain point where something in you says that's true, and or keep getting told men are aggressive, men are assertive, men put themselves in front, men are dominant, men are this, men are that, men are this, men are that. And then when you're insecure about not being sure if you're a real man, what is the first thing you do to prove it? It's be fucking aggressive. It's get violent. It's show yourself as the person in charge, taking leadership. That's why men end up like this, because we tell them this is what men are like, and then they end up like this, and everybody's shocked by it. Like, it's this complicated thing that it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And like I know that like it's complicated because again, women are hurt by the system and women don't turn out that way. But to some degree, it is true. Because men are told that they will be aggressors and fulfilling the fulfilling self-fulfilling prophecy, they turn out aggressive. And women are told that they will be victims, and self-fulfilling prophecy, women become victims. Like, because women are told you should be submissive. Women are told you should bow to men. Women are told that this is how the patriarchy works. And then they're in a position where they have to say no to men, and they know that they're not supposed to say no to men, or they can't because they're afraid for their lives against what would happen to them if they did say no to a man. And now suddenly they're being assaulted because they couldn't say no. So women are hurt by this in the same way of the self-fulfilling prophecy. There's more dead bodies in here. When did this door open?
It wasn't the best time for snacks.
I'm using that as an analogy in the future, yeah. There's also this thing of everyone is capable, it's just usually the bigger, more noticeable thing that makes the news and gets reported. It's true. Very few dog breeds are truly biologically aggressive. Agreed. Nobody's going to report a chihuahua for biting you, and if you do, you're probably going to be made fun of. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. There's your fucking example. If you report an aggressive dog and the cops show up and it's a fucking Yorkie Terrier and it's this big, they're gonna laugh at your ass. If a 6'1" man calls the police and it reports that he was assaulted by a 5' woman, he will get laughed at. And you can't tell me he won't, because it happens. That is the society we are currently being set up in. That is the society we are currently living and facing in. That men being assaulted by women happens, but it shouldn't matter, or it's not taken seriously, because he should have just stopped her. He should have stood up for himself. He should have been the man and been aggressive and whatever. Yeah. So frustrated. People don't understand that patriarchy hurts everyone. And to bring all this back to the separatist movement of the 1970s and the political lesbianism and everything, the fact is, if somebody ascribes to your political identity, if you guys can look at each other and say, I believe this thing is hurting women and should end, and I believe this thing is hurting men and should stop, and I believe, you know, women deserve to have rights. If
No bullet.
I don't care who or what you are, if your political identity lines up with my political identity, we are allies. I don't care if you're a he, him, lesbian. I don't care if you're a man, trans, or cis. I don't care if you're a black man. I don't care if you're a white woman. I don't care if you're an Italian, bisexual, polygendered, furry. If your identity aligns with my identity, then we are politically allies. We are on the same side. And I would never remove somebody from my feminism because they are not an identity that aligns with my own identity. If that makes sense. And the concept of denying men access to feminism is insane, because at the end of the day, feminism is a political movement. You need as many bodies with you as possible to make political change. And making things like the separatist movement and making exclusionary feminism, where only lesbians can be feminism, or only lesbians can be feminists, or only white women can be feminists, or only women can be feminists, or only biological women can be feminists. Making these distinctions as to who is allowed and not allowed to be a feminist only removes power and voices from the political movement that you're trying to make. Like, at the end of the day, the person you're hurting is you and your political movement. Like, it's just, it's so, I don't know. I feel like it's all been made so much harder than it needs to be. I agree. If you're gonna keep telling me my entire life that I suck ass because I was born like that, I'm going to suck ass. You're gonna believe it. I feel like most things end up as a cause and effect deal because people say they're supposed to be effect. Oh shit, what we said would happen happened. Yeah. No one's gonna ask why she attacked him in the first place. Yeah. I have a dumb fear of small dogs. No reason to it. No, I feel the same way. Did you notice differences in the way you were treated before and after transition? Yes, and I'll talk about that. Hey, can we all just like shake on the fact that we're humans going through the same bullshit or something? We're all going through some same shit. Everyone helps everyone. God, I wish we could just be that easy. It should be that easy. So, this is where things start getting a little complicated. I don't talk about this a whole lot because it perpetrates the idea that men are the victims. And I'm gonna say this, and somebody can clip this and use it against me when I'm an adult and say that this is why I'm not a feminist or that I'm a whatever. Whatever's wrong with me is wrong with me. But unironically, women are victims of the patriarchy. And, comma, not like, but more importantly, not like exclusion. Just men are victims of the patriarchy. Women are victims of the patriarchy. Period. Both of those are true. Yes, I'm an adult. Sorry, when I'm old. Women are victims of the patriarchy, and so are men. Men are they are. And somebody's gonna clip me saying men are victims and tell me to go kill myself over it a couple years from now. But they are, because they are hurt by the patriarchy in an incredibly different way than women are. But unfortunately, at least from what I've experienced and what I know and what I've seen, men being hurt by the patriarchy is the cause, to some degree, of women being hurt by the patriarchy. Because we keep hearing this shit about like the male loneliness epidemic, you know what I mean? Like this like conversation about like men being so lonely that they're you know, they're taking it out on women and so on and so forth, right? But okay, hang on. Let me read chat and then I can try to explain this. Xander, you were an adult. I'm not. Yeah. Everybody's a fucking victim of the patriarchy. Yes. Yeah. Key difference. Differently. I'm sick of the society. I just want to be a forest creature and eat berries in the sun. Genuinely. I have transitioned from being female to male. Now, when I say that out loud, this is one of the reasons that I think trans men are more than capable of being lesbians. And it's because if you were my mother or my coworker or a boss or my doctor, I am a trans man. If you are my community or my friend or my partner or myself, you know that I am a non-binary transmasculine demi-boy. I have a very complex view and relationship with my own gender. A lot more complex that I'm willing or interested in explaining to people like my mom or my doctor or a stranger on the street. To those people, I am a trans man. And if I were attracted only to women, which I'm not, I'm pan, but if I were attracted only to women, I would identify as a lesbian. Because under no relationship to my gender do I consider myself a straight man. Because I'm not a man. If that makes sense. I know I'm not a he-him lesbian. But were I a lesbian, I would be a he-him trans man lesbian. Like, which is why I understand that there is nuance to these conversations that a lot of people just aren't having. And I think that it's part of the conversation that people are just missing. Is like, just because you look at somebody and you go, that's a trans man and he's claiming to be a lesbian, you don't know his whole identity. You know, like a teeny tiny chunk of his identity that he's chosen to share with you. And you're making snap decisions off of that, and that's not helpful for anybody. I really appreciated TikTok about your relationship to gender and the difference in language for certain people. Yeah, it's important. If you ask me at work, I'm a queer trans man. If you ask me privately with my, you know, with just my closest friends or the people I care about the most, or just talking to myself, I have so many micro niche identities that help me better understand my identity that I don't announce to the public because it's not about the public. It's about myself my relationship with my own gender, and my relationship with the people that I fall in love with. And those are the only people it matters to. The only people who matter knowing about my niche micro identities are myself and the people that I have sex with, or choose not to have sex with. You know what I mean. Yes, my pronouns are it, he, but not he, him exclusively, but I would be I'd be a trans, my pronouns are, again, this is one of the complicated ones. My pronouns, if you are my friend or my community, are it, he. My pronouns, if you, well, my pronouns, if you're in a larger range of my friend group, further to the sides, it's he, it. My pronouns with my family and at my job are he, him. So again, if I was at my job or with my family, I would look and identify as a he, him lesbian, because in those circumstances, I use he, him and identify as a lesbian. And I would not be either of those identities were you to know me more intimately. Does that kind of make sense? I know I'm kind of explaining it in a weird way. I didn't mean to rinse that bucket out. Dude, I went to Reddit to find a very specific label that I remember coming across. Thankfully, I found it. But, like, so many people tried to say just use bi or something other than dude, come on, sigh. Yeah. And that's why, like, I do just use queer trans man. But my identity is more niche than that in a way that only I need to know about. I'm missing 2% of the blood. Oh, there's a little bit here. That was not even 1% of it. My brain has melted and reformed the little bubbles in, so it's, yeah. I know, there's a lot to talk about with this stuff, and it ends up feeling really complicated, and it's hard constantly having to police and politicalize your own relationships and identity and gender and the way that you love and the people that you love. It sucks. People shouldn't have to do this. But unfortunately, the conversation keeps happening, and so it keeps coming up, and we have to keep talking about it. Oh, I bet you it's under these boxes. Maybe not. Ah. Let me in here. Oh, well, I've just made a goddamn mess for no reason. I really thought I knew what I was doing. I did not. Man. Okay, I'm still missing a cushion, too. What the hell? Anyways, I know these are really complex conversations. Don't tell me how to be too queer. You don't know my whole story. Yeah. When I came out to my mom, she went to the kitchen, grabbed the label maker, and handed it to me. I love that. Identify as neither male nor female, but I look female, and for me, the pronouns don't really matter. Hence, she, they. Yeah. Sorry, I had to take a second because I talked too much too quick, and now my throat hurts. Oh. That still wasn't it. What? What in the world am I missing? Right. Yeah, that, right. Okay, there's now just one piece of furniture I haven't put back. And I don't know what it is. Oh, it's the cushion. I need to find the cushion. Time to run out of code. What if someone made a website for that? For people who want an exact label, they just go down the file tree? Who's good at computer programming? Well, you would just need like a, you could make a, God, I don't know how to explain it, like a tree for that. World War III TikTok could not be fun. It's pretty funny. Trying to learn how to code. The thing is, you could never code in every identity because identities are constantly growing and changing and shifting and adding and developing at a speed like so far beyond what people can come up with, and there'll always be new labels and new ways to identify, which I think is great. Like, yes, go continue making conversations and creating new ways to identify and finding new ways to connect with yourself. Go off. Where is this dude's couch cushion? And why are there no secrets in this one? I feel like I'm missing things here. I'm missing an entire couch cushion. Trying to see if there's anything else here I can steal. Dinosaur. My hubs codes. It's in the walls. What do you mean it's in the walls? I'll light my computer on fire. I'm gender void and sometimes it's odd to explain. Yeah, sometimes there are just identities that are difficult to explain, and that's just life. Like, not everything has a simple Google definition that you can just, you know, look up once and understand, and that's enough. Sometimes it truly just is more complicated than that. And that just has to be okay. I'm comfortable with my identity being something that I don't always understand, and I know that the people around me won't always understand. How am I supposed to explain that I'm just a silly goose? Also, if we want to get into some more silly semantics, I got the question geared up. I don't know if we're done with the gender debate. We totally can. Identity is complicated. Like, to my sister, I'm her non-binary brother. But if I was to actually explain my gender, I'm always a genderless person who's sometimes a boy and sometimes non-binary. I don't even know my gender today. Yeah. You get asked a lot that if I'm not female, why wear dresses, and I don't even bother. Yeah. Can we just take 5-minute crafts away from the white moms? Why are you putting a tampon in a pine sol? No, I'm with you. God, I'm with you. Just honk at them? Yeah. I decided you need this on a shirt. Yeah. It's one of those things that, yeah, I've just, like, I understand that my identity can't be explained to everybody. I've tried really hard to explain to my mom that I'm transmasculine, I'm a demi boy. meaning that I identify a little bit as a boy, but not. I'm a boy, but not a man, and I'm a guy, but I don't really know if I'm a dude, and I know I'm not a sir, and I don't think I'm a bro, but I'm kind of like a like just a little guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's complicated, and my relationship with my gender is complicated, and the more masculine I feel, and the more masculine I visually am, the more comfortable I am presenting feminine. And I think that's just part of who I am. I'm so tired. Ooh, sub an hour for this one. This is the little guy. I'm sure I missed all of the secrets. My gender is dressing like a homeless man. Valid. Oh, there were no secrets for this. Okay. No, wait. Secrets are the next thing. Got all my points. There are 2 secrets I missed. That sucks. Yo, cool. Skill tree time. I use they them, but sometimes I stop and go, he him is sounding mildly attractive right now, and then I'm instantly like, ew, he him pronouns are weird the next minute. Yeah, I don't use they them pronouns. As a non-binary person, but technically non-binary person, but I identify more as a man than I do as non-binary. But I don't identify with they them pronouns, but I do identify with he him pronouns, and I definitely identify with it pronouns. I'm more of an it non-binary than a they non-binary. Okay. Cyber says this is going to take something we're stuck on. It'll take 2 minutes. Okay. In theory, if a plane could fly the same speed that the Earth spins, and you fly the opposite direction that the Earth spins, will you stay still or fly across the globe? You fly across the globe. If you're flying the opposite way that the Earth is spinning this way, right? Earth is, where's it? Earth is. Earth is rotating, right? Earth is rotating. And you go the opposite way. You're going this way. So you would go around the world at half the speed. That one's supposed to be about time travel. You would not time travel. I'm a he in the way that you see a cute animal and go, oh, the little guy. Yeah, same. The cheese got thrown around a lot today. Oh no, the cheese got washed. It's in the bathroom. The question is supposed to be if you're going the same direction. So you would fly around the physical shape of the Earth, like it's rotating and you're going the same direction. You would fly around the physical mass of the Earth while staying at the same point on the Earth, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, what are you doing to the cheese? The cheese is in the bathroom. It needed to get washed. It was dirty. It's sitting in the sink to dry right now. Increased strength or radius? I feel like an increased strength might be good. I can tie up the trash cans now, which is good. Three detergents in the bucket. One type in the bucket if they're not duplicated in the bucket. I feel like those will be good. And then I have 5 points left. So maybe I... %20? I have three points left. I don't need another sponge. All right, cool. Sometimes cheese gets dirty and you gotta wash it. Yeah. Gender is concerned on the window for me seeing as a system, but like finding tiny details that fit is just so fun. Like currently we're collectively a gender and obviously a very small alter, but we're just an entity. Yeah. I was expecting it to take longer, but yeah, that's it. Science, baby. You travel in overall space, but stay in the same geological point. Exactly. Haha, I've got science, bitch. Time to master of none. Why are you washing cheese? Because it was dirty. I just saw a trans woman say she was a gay man. A gay man trans woman. I was like, good for her. Exactly. Why was I tunnel visioned? Why are we washing pepper jack? We're not washing pepper jack. Yeah, good for her. No one should be washing cheese. It was dirty. What? Cheese. Twas dirty. Now 'tis wet. Still drying, but the cheese. Wait. Alexa, light off. Hold. You think cheese is glowing now, just you fucking wait. Oh, it's... hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep holding. Cheese. It is this color. It's pretty great. So my cheese glows a little bit. It's yeah. Cheese. Thank Reese for this. Reese got us cheese. Why does the cheese glow? Because it's just the right color to be UV reactive. So, anyways, I do own this. Yeah, that can go in that can go. So, I'll put the cheese back. Normally it just chills back there where it glows ominously. Alexa, light on. So yeah, ominously glowing. I'm gonna turn the blue lights back off again. Turn the rest of my lights back on. Nope. Also, turning the fan on, because it's hot in here, y'all. If you can hear the fan, sucks. Alright. Oh, I forgot I had a flashlight. Alright, Time to answer the phone and do the story part of this for a second.
Outstanding job, Kowalski. This mad Tyler tried to get to me, but I can smell traitors for miles. Good thing you, Mr. Kowalski, are not like them.
Big Jim is becoming even more unhinged with each day. I just really hope he doesn't get any wrong ideas, so I won't be next on his list.
Yeah. It's the problem with working for a mob boss. Oh. What's going on? Why is there updates? My cookies. Gonna pretend that's not happening. The payments for our daughter's medical bills aren't there anymore. Thank you for the info dumping. Great gender conversation. Have a great night, y'all. Have a great night, mate. Puppy dog.
Who's a good boy?
Okay, let's go to bed and save the game. Anyways, yeah, that was my gender and lesbianism and feminism and political rant collection of thoughts. I had a lot to say there for the past hour and a half. Oh. Yo! Nice new table, brand new laptop. Listen to music, playing darts? What in the world?
It's Jim. My daughter got herself in a little bit of trouble.
Uh.
She will contact you soon, and I need you to help her. Do well, and obviously, you'll get paid like always.
Yo. Outdoors. Our house is like all cleaned and like well taken care of now, but now and we've got like good furniture and shit. But like there's alcohol everywhere. And we were just drinking and playing darts. And our daughter's medical bills are nowhere to be seen anymore. Oh no.
Who's a good boy? Not me, that's for sure.
Wait, maybe this is good. Okay, so my first instinct was, oh no, we're packing everything up because she's dead. But I didn't notice these stars before, and the room is blue. And before there was a ladder here with paint, and yeah, the ladder and the paint, and there were the tarps down, and now everything's moved to the center of the room. So I think we're just painting the walls, and we're decorating. So maybe we're you know, new bed. Hospital, instead of a hospital bed, you're getting a new one, rearranged, everything's okay. Yeah, we put up these shelves. Our daughter's gonna come home, and daddy's gonna be a mob boss, but it's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be alright. Yeah, this is the cuck chair is gone. It's all cleaned up down here. It looks nice. All right. Hi, I'm Amber, Big Jim's daughter. I need your help, Mr. Kowalski. So there was this party at this place, and we had some brand new cool drugs to make things fun, but that was some dope shit, and everyone went kind of crazy. Somehow I fell asleep, then I kind of woke up, and everybody was dead. So, like, whatever. Will you help me out? Dad said you probably should. No pressure. It's a summer resort my daddy gave me, and I don't want any trouble, you know? By the way, dead bodies smell really, really bad. Do what you gotta do. Burn them, dismember, dissolve in a barrel, throw them in a river. I don't care. Just make sure nobody finds out. This is a big location. I'll accept it. Elena, hi dad. Lately I've been feeling a bit worse. It's frustrating how weak my body feels lately, and I have to stay in bed all day. I need to rest more to get back on track, but the doctors say it might take some time. I miss you a lot. I really wish I could come home to be with you. I know I need to recover first though, because they won't let me leave otherwise. But I'm strong. Just wait for me a little bit longer. I can't leave Dexter hanging. Love you. She's gonna be fine. I missed 3 tapes. I'm starting to miss things. Dad's cave. She's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. We just have to go clean up some dead bodies. Dead body time. Oh, this is a big location. All right, let's do it. Lava and water are not the same thing. If a non-solid lava is a liquid, then when put at a cold enough temp becomes a rock, when that same description can be used to... No, because lava is the molten form of sediments. And water isn't a sediment. I think. Yeah, lava is hot, molten, or semi-fluid rock erupted from a volcano or a fissure, or solid rock resulting from a cooling of this. Define rock. Define rock. Rock is the solid mineral forming... The solid mineral material forming part of the blah, 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 blah. Is ice a rock? Well, glacier ice is specifically classified as rock by the United States Geological Survey. This is because ice, like other rocks, is naturally occurring, solid, inorganic substance with a defined chemical composition. And ice is technically a mineral, the crystalline form of water. It can also form large deposits like glaciers, and thus fits the definition of a rock. So technically, water is lava. Technically, lava is water. Ice can be considered a rock because it does fit the definition of a rock, which is a not naturally occurring, solid, inorganic substance with a defined chemical composition, and ice fits that definition. Unfortunately, you are scientifically correct.
Let's get this party started.
Depending on how big this is, I may not want to take this on tonight. This looks huge. Oh my god. What? There. There's so much happening. Why are you in here? Dead body. Oh, cabins. I guess I'll have to unlock all the... Oh. Bitch, how did you die in this position? Good lord, I'm just like taking in this area. What in the Final Destination has death? Yeah, genuinely. Clearly something blew up because there's parts of that everywhere. Oh.
Holy moly, what were they cooking?
That's something on here blew the fuck up. Huh. There are 9 dead bodies. I've only seen 3.
A rave full of dead people. A rave yard.
What the hell? I'm just trying to identify where any other dead bodies are. Where are the other 4 dead bodies? There's one there, and one there. Hate how stupidly clever a rave yard is. All right, chat. Do we want to try and do this one right now, or are we gonna? I fear I need to put some music on if we're gonna keep this up, but we can keep up the autism pit if we want. This whole place is a mess. Oh Lord. Okay, let's turn this off. Yeah, this is why you don't do drugs, kids. Okay. Step 1. Let's turn some of my tunes on. That's more like it. If music's too quiet, let me know. Or too loud, please let me know. Oh, God. You'll die in an excruciating way that is similar to Final Destination, genuinely. There's so much mess here. That's money. Steal that shit. Oh God. Okay. Sorry, I like talked too much for the first hour and a half and now my throat hurts. But if anybody has other questions, comments, or thoughts, go crazy and I will do my best to match what you've got for me. Ooh, drugs. Yeah.
This answer certainly explains itself.
Cool. Bro, duck cult. Trying to rob this place. Give me something. Life is a disease, sexually transmitted and invariably fatal. Thanks. I got roped into the Pride Parade tomorrow. Okay, good luck. I got roped into... I don't know if it's roped into. I kind of got roped into going on the river tomorrow. So I guess I'm getting on an inner tube and floating down a river tomorrow. Which sounds really great. It's just with a bunch of people that I barely know. So I'm just like hoping I'm hoping we all have a good time. That's the hope. Oh, good lord. I'm just gonna set these down. Did I break it? Nope. Okay, cool.
So-called party trick.
Okay. There's so much trash. No. Oh. Hey guys, found another dead body. Okay. I thought you could tie these together. Tie them together. Well, whatever. Whoop. God, this place is big. Holy shit, comic idea. Life is a disease, sexual change, 100% fatal. Dog, shut the hell up and give me my McFlurry. Yeah. Give me my McFlurry. Yeah. Did I make that? Sweet. Alright, let's take this dude. Oh, I need your evidence first.
That was a bold move.
Bad pun.
You satisfied now, Robin Hood?
I could be seeing, I don't know how right now, but mom said no because I looked at her wrong. I'm sorry. I feel you. Is he in? Yep, okay. What are more debate questions? Yeah, I don't know. I can debate whatever you want. For the love of gods, tie the tube to your foot. You will thank yourself when you fall in. What? Under what circumstances? Make it bet. Oh god, there's trash everywhere. Oh, that's a lighter. I will take this out of the wall. Okay, none of it's too bad.
No littering. But what exactly counts as litter?
And that one's still locked, so I'll have to find my way in there. Trust me. What? Debate is, are shrimp bugs? Yes. Bugs are also arthropods. Out of context, been just getting these adorable outfits on Pinterest and UGG. I need / want a model I could just draw, but shrimp is bugs. No, no, shrimp bug. Automatically autocorrecting people is a bad habit of mine. No, is shrimps bugs. Bug shrimp. What was the question? I've been getting these adorable outfits on Pinterest and UGG. I need / want a model. What do you mean by a model? What do you mean by you need / want a model? Like a person to put the outfits on? Or like a person to draw the outfits on? Just out of like genuine curiosity. What in the world? Why is there the mother flamingo and all over baby flamingos? And why are they playing duck soccer? Don't copy paste the definition. Biological classification. Shrimp are classified as crustaceans, a group of arthropods that primarily live in aquatic environments. Insects, on the other hand, are a separate class within arthropods characterized by the three-legged set. I think that was an okay copy paste. Just because it was short and it had both explanations. Pretty sure bugs are technically the shrimps of the land because they're are crustaceans and bugs relatives? God Jesus. Hello, Pio. Oh. Really didn't mean to fling that. Well, broke that. Well, it's back anyways. Nothing I do matters. Just trying to get everything out of the pool. You can be with the other ducks now. Oh my darling, dopamine, does the reward outweigh the risk? I'm on the fence. See that? Oh God. And every time. Does that get to be an official rule specifically applicable to shrimp? And yeah, an official rule specifically only applicable to the definition of shrimp and nothing else. I could just ban you. Uh-oh. Okay, alright, hold on. Hold on. None of that. No banning, no shrimps, and no definitions. Definition was fine in that case, but... Only shrimp. Yeah, every other definition is permitted, but if you try to define shrimp in my chat, it's all fucking over, dude. Damn. Oh! Fucking made it. Our shrimp. No more shrimp. No more, I'm sorry, it's all over, dude. It's over for shrimp and only shrimp. I wasn't even ever a part of the shrimp bit. That was all a thing that you guys had from a call I wasn't a part of.
Can't pick up anything with a full bag.
Hello. Shrimp and bugs are both tasty. Hey, that's definitely a take you're allowed to have. Crazy enough, I don't like either of them. I eat neither shrimp nor bugs.
That's why you shouldn't do suspicious drugs. Or any drugs for that matter.
We've been barred from our debatably bugs. See, now that's just not what I want. But whatever. Let me go grab the dead bitch over here too. And the other one inside. And try to grab some of these bodies.
Burned to a crisp. She must have been caught in an explosion from the campfire.
Some bugs are tasty. Heed my warning, young Padawan. Guys.
Another one. They must have blown all over.
Okay. Let me go grab the other dead body that was just chilling in here. You.
He must have tried to sleep through the pain.
If I find the PO's name in particular is consistently screaming in all caps, yeah, it's pretty consistent. Scroll back and look at my game warning streamer. Oh, hang on. I agree with PO. Be careful with this map, by the way. I did it ever started because I threw the chair from the pool too hard and it left the map. Be gentle with the throwing. I did already throw the chair out of the pool. I hope it didn't leave the map. I think it was this chair, so I think we're all okay. I will be more cautious with this map.
Time for a bag swap.
Okay. If it did, then you cannot complete the mission. I was mostly done too. Devastating. That's crazy. I'm only at 98% of the trash. Trying to settle this back up where it's supposed to be. I don't even know where this is supposed to be.
I need to clear the way first.
Why did he use me? Why did he use her? He tried to convince me that she's the abuser. Now you both know the truth. Sorry, I love this song, so I needed to just turn the song up real quick. He had no money and his car is broken every week. He wants to build on her while he's still fucking around with me. He compensates with music, but that doesn't work with me, cause I can't rock it with the drummer who can't keep up with the beat. So embarrassing. He made a joke of me. I tried to hold my tongue, but why should he have all the fun? He never shuts his mouth. I can't believe he's 21. This is just such a good song, sorry. It's just jam out time. That's the dealer. Everyone else. All his lies. His mommy holds him every cross through the night. He has no money and his car is broken every week. He wants to hit on her while he's still fucking around with me. He compensates with music, but that doesn't work with me, 'cause I can't rock it with a drummer who can't keep up with the beat. So embarrassing. He made a joke of me. He started about the tongue, but why should he have all the fun? He never shuts his mouth. I can't believe he's 21.
One's never too old to have fun, huh?
Is that the girl that he adored? Why did he use me? Why did he use her? He has no money and his car is broken every week. He wants to get on her while he's still fucking around with me. He compensates with music, but that doesn't work with me, 'cause I can't rock it with a drummer who can't keep up with the beat. So embarrassing. He made a joke of me. Tried to hold my tongue, but why should he have all the fun? He never shuts his mouth. I can't believe he's 21. Believe he's 21. Okay, sorry. I will turn the music back down now. No, please. I don't want corpse right now, dude. Sorry, I just really fuck with that song, bro. Song name, I love the song already. It's called 21. Hang on, it's by 21 by Caroline Riley. I'm really into that song. Thank you. I got you, man. My music taste stellar. My music taste not only is great, but it keeps getting better with age. Like, my music taste only continues to get better. It's all about finding new people. I'm constantly on the look. I like obsessively find new music. It was like when he was talking about the food routine, he was like, if I've had too many yogurts, which is 3 or perhaps 4. Yeah, Reese, you and your yogurts. I have yogurts a lot more now than I did like a year ago. I'm like slowly getting back into the world of yogurts, but I there's nothing I can do about the fact that I don't like Greek yogurt. I do not like Greek yogurt. I don't like Greek yogurt. I want to like Greek yogurt. I've even tried recently the Yoplait yogurts I like just have a protein variant. I don't like it either. I don't like any of it. I don't like it. I don't want it. It's not good. It's icky and I don't like it. I want to like it, but I don't. I don't like it. It's gross. Okay, let me just make sure this is like fully cleaned. Okay. I think I can refill the pool now. Cool. All right, pool back in action. This is a really cool song as well. This is Varuth. Varuth? I can't quite pronounce it well because it's not in my language. But there's another pretty song. It gets kind of intense in the center, but it's a good song. It doesn't have any words, it's just pretty. I'm just gonna let us all kind of vibe out together a little bit. Oh, there's blood back here. Oh. Hmm. Ah.
You should leave hiding the evidence to
Found it.
professionals.
Good lord. Nasty place. Cool. The pool floaty number is multiplying. Well, that one's tipped over, but that's life. I feel like I'm watching a murder documentary with sad music in the background to emphasize how sad the situation was. Yeah, that's what's happening. I only like Greek yogurt. Yeah. If I'm big hungry, pound of ground beef. Yeah, see, you live like a 20-year-old man, single man who doesn't have anybody in the house to cook for him, so you just eat your Greek yogurt and your unseasoned pound of beef. And like, hey, whatever brings you joy and macros, like that's good. But it is not my taste. But my food, the food that I eat is like an autistic teenager, so it's not like I have a better diet, that's for sure. Just very different. Our silly diets simply do not align. Well, whatever. Just trying to display that. I'll stop trying. Sorry. I'll stop trying to make this place look nice. I balloon popped, my bottle shattered. Literally nothing matters. Whatever. There's my bucket. Well. Pizza and drinks and sushi. It's a hell of a combination. See, the music is intense, but it's cool. But my stomach hurts so bad, I'm hoping it literally just a stomach ache. How long has your stomach been hurting for, Queen? It started yesterday afternoon. It got really bad last night. Slept all day, so I chilled out a bit, but now it's bad again. Could just be stomach flu stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I have a tendency to never suggest the doctors unless it is like incredibly like debilitating, severe, or very specific types of pain. Like if it's your lower left stomach and you are in, I don't know if you call it lower left, but like upper left of your stomach. If it's like the upper left of your stomach and kind of like radiating across and down, and like also like specifically like very sharp pains and stuff like that, and it's lasting you a long time and it feels like it's getting worse, yeah, then go to the hospital because your appendix might be exploding. But like that's usually a severe pain, like an I cannot ignore this kind of pain, not just like my stomach is kind of bothering me. So really, it depends on how you define your pain. Oops, I don't mean to keep hitting that. Bunk. Oh, honestly, it got so bad. It got bad enough last night that I almost got to bed and got my mother, but I gave it a chance to slow down since I took some pills. But now it's doing it again. We're balling. I took my pills like 3 hours ago. What type of pills are you taking? Just out of curiosity, what type of pills are you taking? What the? What the? Stop, 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 stop. Chill. Ibuprofen. It's a stomach ache, Queen. Ibuprofen is not the answer. Ibuprofen is an anti-inflammatory. There's no reason to be taking ibuprofen for your stomach ache. You need to be taking an antacid. Something, well, depending. Is it your stomach or is it your uterus? Like, you've got one of those. Is it a stomach pain or a uterus pain? If it's not like your uterus and you're having a period problem, you should be taking a stomach pill. So you should be taking like Tums or a Pepto-Bismol or a like some type of like antacid. Like your ibuprofens aren't gonna help you. The only thing an ibuprofen is gonna do is gonna make it stop hurting because it's an anti-inflammatory, and so it's gonna bring down swelling if there's swelling. Like it's gonna decrease your pain levels, but it's not gonna help fix the problem. Go ask your mom if she's got like Tums or a Pepto-Bismol. I'm now realizing I'm too lazy to do this 2 to 3 panic combo. That being said, I'm gonna drop. That being said, I'm gonna draw background. You are not too lazy. You've got it. You're doing it. You're doing it right now because I believe in you. And because I'll cry if you don't. I don't know what I'll do. I don't think I'll ever recover. Y'all, I'm so excited for Art Fight, dude. I wish it would just fucking start already. I don't want to have to wait until Tuesday. Well, damn, now I gotta do it. You do. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'll recover if you don't. It can just be a sketch. It doesn't have to be a full, like, truly finished comic. Just a little sketch comic. Just a little doodle of a man. There's a thorns, I guess. Wrapping your feelings in a vest. I watch them being mopped up in the UV light. Yeah, it is nice. Gotta mop that couch. Oh, there's drugs down there. Watching TV. Wishing you were not. 'Cause everything that you're feeling, wish you forgot. And if you're stuck watching TV, wishing you were not. 'Cause everything that you're feeling, wish you forgot. Why does the scene look like 95% of my art? I don't want to put Xander in financial ruin, please. Like, I will unfortunately be leaving now. This headache is horrendous. I still need to eat dinner. Yeah, go get yourself some dinner. Thanks for being here for the autism pit. We don't normally call it an autism pit, but I think we probably will start doing that more often because this has been really fun to do it this way. I miss being able to talk intelligently about topics that matter a lot to me. Because for a long time I was doing that, but under the guise of the Dream SMP, because that's what mattered a lot to me at the time. And it's hard to kind of get that feeling back. To know so much about something that not only do I care about, but lots of people care about. And they value the fact that I know a lot about it. I miss that feeling. That was very fun. Good, thank you. Enjoy your night. I owe you one, yes I do. Valentine's Day. We would do the whole damn thing. What's the most random everyday situation to be in? Go. Oh, never mind. Guess a movie. An ad's playing right now. Sorry. When ad comes back. The most random everyday situation to be in. I've returned. Welcome in. Okay. The most random everyday situation to be in feels like such like a complicated like. What exactly are we looking for? Like what counts as an everyday situation? Because like my job is pretty like my job is pretty odd. Like I work in a not only like a medical facility but in a women's reproductive rights medical facility. So like trying to like be in a situation where you're like, yeah, I'm Googling doctors on Reddit to suggest to a trans person getting hormones from this doctor because their doctor won't see them anymore because they're trans. Is like complicated and funky, but is like a common event for me. Like something that aren't serious, that isn't serious. Yeah, like it's like there's definitely some random situations I've been in. Like again at my current job, having a woman come in to get an IUD placed, and it happens to be the high school teacher of my roommate, and her being like, "Oh my god, do you know your roommate?" And I'm like, "I do know my roommate." She's like, "Oh my god, she was my student." I was like, "Oh my god, that's so crazy. We're roommates." And she's like, "Oh my god." Then I'm like, "Hey, so what IUD do you want placed?" Like little things like that. Like that's like those are like the like it's like very silly situations. I think any situation where you're directly interacting with or assisting a stranger can feel very random. Where you're like, yeah, I came here to do groceries, but now I'm you know, changing this woman's tire. Like that's like, you know, one of those really goofy situations that's like, how the fuck did I end up here? Right. There's the other chair. I'm gonna take your job scenario and run with it. Okay. Oh, are you doing the thing and then like the comic is like, sir, this is a Wendy's, but I'm just like, that's great. What birth control do you want? Honestly, that's such a hard thing to like. It's like, goddamn. Sorry, I didn't mean to guess. I just I was curious. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to find you out, but it's okay. I'm still excited. Because that is really like that is genuinely like a conversation I have several times. Is like I'll be like talking to somebody, I'll be like, "Oh my god, I really like your earrings," and they're like, "Oh my god, thanks," and then we're chatting about jewelry, and we're like, "Ha ha, these silly things, haha, so silly," and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, anyways, did you want STD testing or like I just have to like." I have to like find a way to end the conversation and be like, ha 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 ha, that's so silly. Have you had sex recently? Like, it's just, my job puts me in such silly scenarios. Oh, okay, so that's where those go. Yeah, that's a couple of them. What game is this? This is crime scene cleanup. We're cleaning up a crime scene. There's the other chair. Still missing a chair. Cheerful then, very cheerful. No dead bodies whatsoever. Ah. This seems like the appropriate thing to use for this.
It won't move like this.
Oh. Last time I caught a stream, I think you were drawing. It's still just as vibey. Yeah, I'm just... you missed, like, me ranting about politics and lesbianism and feminism for, like, 2 hours. And then I got tired. And now I'm just kind of vibing a little bit. And we're just kind of cleaning. So it really just always depends on what I'm doing. There it is. Gotta make sure there's nothing for me to steal. The Holy Bible. Amen. Okay. Everything here is good. Just feels right to use a pressure washer on this. Well, That was all of my pressure washing. Back to mopping. Guess I'm just gonna mop the fire pit. I forgot to do this shit. Ooh. Not what I meant to do. My buttons, my brain buttons aren't buttoning. I don't mean to be so eepy today, y'all. Just another long day at work. And I've got to get up at a regular time tomorrow, too. So I can't stay up too late. Oh. Girls, he's acting weird. What is he planning? Sweetie, have any idea? We can all write our thoughts at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Unsent message. He's seeing someone else. Oh. That's cute. Oh, it's still so dirty. It's so hard to see. Hang on. Oh, yeah, that helps. Well. All right. It's inertia. I'm stuck in this. I flag and I'm stuck in these pants. Haha. I'm in, bitch.
Were they really working here?
Is it a pancake? Right.
You shouldn't mix alcohol with ladders.
Hit. Oh, Lord. Good Lord. God damn it. Hang on. Wait, I'm on to something here, ma'am. Please. Ah.
And here I thought I've already seen everything.
Good lord.
Lady's literally falling for him.
Okay, deal with you then.
Are you an angel? Because you fell from heaven.
I'll deal with those. I'm gonna leave now because I'm EP. Good times at everyone. Good time zone to you as well. Janitor Simulator Dead Body Edition. That's pretty much what this is. Man. Where's your dead body? I wish I could save and come back to the middle of the thing, because I'm tired and would like to be done. But simply not an option anymore. And I've been at this too long to give up now. But I fear I still have a lot to go. Alright, I need entertainment to keep me awake. I'm EP. I'm EP and scrubbing blood just isn't cutting it anymore. I suppose I could open the mod channels if any mods want to come hang out. I don't know if my mods are awake. My third yogurt of the day is pretty banger. Good lord. Alright, I'm gonna go open that. Mm. Alright, I'm in there now. So if mods want me, I'm here. Oh. Found a dead body.
Can't pick up anything with a full bag.
You don't need a
Hello.
mod channel.
Why are you here?
You don't need a mod channel.
Viterio's in the mod channel.
I'm in the mod channel. Also, I'm really loud on stream.
You are really loud on stream.
I don't need that.
You cannot hear Viterio then.
I'm only here for the yogurt.
You're here for a yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you in the yogurt here? What has the yogurt done?
Nothing.
Why
Keep
is it your
cleaning.
third yogurt?
Keep cleaning.
Hang on,
I like yogurt.
I'm turning Tyrio down. Say keep cleaning. I finally found the next body.
He's in a pure Griffin bush.
Come here. I still can't figure out how there's still 3 bodies floating around.
Ignore the fact that
There's
there's fireworks. For some reason.
Further that way.
Driving under the influence cleans
In the
up the
fenced
thing.
off area next to you, there's 2 more.
I got both of those.
Which ones are you missing them?
I don't know.
There's some inside of the cabins that you're currently standing at.
The one last landing.
Have you gotten the ones that are inside the cabins? One of the cabins you have to go up and jump across, and there's one in there.
Is there one in here?
No. But you have to go out the door and jump across to the second one, and there's one in there. If you're sprint.
Oh, I jumped so early.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know why. Hey, wait, I need you. La 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 la. You. Oh, you're bloody. Gross.
Oh, you got the dual sponges.
I absolutely got dual wielding sponges. Bonk.
The only ones I can think of that are difficult to find are that guy. Yeah, there's one.
Well, good lord.
You got both the ones in that place?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll have to, like, take a walk around.
And you got the one that was sitting on the outside.
Oh,
you
I
got
see it.
the apple through the head one.
Yep, I got the hey Pio. I got the apple through the head. I got the sitting in the bedroom back there. I got the one laid out in there.
You got the 2 in there. The one
2 in
over
there,
on the porch.
one
over
there, one there.
I thought there's 3 in the one across. There's the one the 2 upstairs and the one downstairs.
Oh, maybe I didn't grab the
You
one.
might have missed one.
Oh wait,
Did you chuck it outside the fence and never grab it?
I think I might have.
Yep, there you go.
Hey,
My yogurt's done. Sorry.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye.
Body.
There, and like a
Man.
storm, she is gone.
Lisa's come and gone.
Hey Pio,
She's
how's your hair
gone.
drawing?
Fucking. I looked at it earlier, sent a sketch, and then fucked off back to bed.
That's valid. Did the sketch look like it was what you were looking for? Was that helpful?
Yeah.
There's
Definitely.
there's simply so much to cover when it's the concept of like drawing hair. That I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're looking for or what you know and what you don't or where you're starting from, so I just gave you just like a little bit of everything I know.
Yeah. It's like I don't know where to start.
Yeah, draw a head, draw a hairline, and then pick a point from which all of the hair comes from is like the best way to start.
Okay.
And I tried to like kind of give that, and then it's just, yeah, just for the love of God, if I see you send me a single drawing where you have drawn every single strand of hair, I'm gonna give you 7 weeks of homework. You get a week
What
of
if I do
homework for
that, but it
every
turns out
strand of
amazing?
hair you draw.
What if I do that, but it turns out fucking amazing, and I'm proud of it?
Then I'll do a week of homework for every strand of hair you've drawn.
I probably won't do that ever, even though I've seen artists do that before, and they look incredible.
No. Even when you think they've drawn every strand of hair, it is a shading technique. It is shading and coloring techniques that are done to look like they have drawn every strand of hair. Nobody is gonna sit there and draw every strand.
It's not like literally every strand of hair, but then like it's a lot more detail in the hair than what other people put in.
There are really, really high level detailed styles, and that's totally good. And I have a couple drawings where it looks like you can see every strand of hair. Why is that bag rotating? Why is it still alive?
Still alive.
Whatever. But
There's
it's
a bug in.
that's a big bug. It must be a shrimp.
It is a shrimp. It's in there.
Oh my god, I found the other chair. But yeah, no, my point being, it's an illusion. Art is all an illusion. Everything's a lie. The government's wrong. It's all an illusion. And at least to get the shape of hair down, it's always better to draw with big shapes and then detail out strands.
Reese, I would absolutely love watching you do that.
Yeah, if you ever want, I can stream to you my hair drying process. The specific anime you like, Pio, are very hair strandy, and they have strands, but especially in anime, you never draw every hair strand. They are built off of shapes. Every hair is built off of shapes, especially in animated styles. Everything is shapes, and then you add strands as a detail. But yeah, I like you said when you DM'd me that like I sent you like a paper drawing doodle example for like you to look at whenever and anybody to look at whenever, but I'm more than down to do like an art class and like actually like sit and like walk you through what I do and do a little co-op class. And also you can go watch Reese do hair. Hair is also another one that I personally think is very much like eyes and noses, that like you can teach someone how to draw it, but how you draw hair is so stylized. Everybody does it very different.
We're talking about hair, Cyber.
We are talking about hair. I heard animated styles what's happening. Yeah, we're talking about hair is something that's super stylized from artist to artist, and also should not be drawn individual hair strands at a time. It should be drawn as shapes and chunks, and then stranded out from there.
Did you make new ones?
Yeah.
Reese?
Perry and Winkle.
Oh my god. Gimme.
Ow. Sorry.
You good?
Not good. Fuck you.
Ugh. You're probably
Won't
right.
move
Honestly.
like this.
I have not gone and gotten the pills quite yet. I've been busy with OC.
What have you been busy with? What are you apologizing for? I'm not paying attention.
It hurts to breathe right now because
Oh,
of
cool.
my stomach issue, but I've put off going and grabbing those pills because I was redoing my MHA OC to fit a new prompt that we're doing, and I didn't want to forget what I was going through. So
See, and that right there, as goofy as it is a good, like, a notifier of exactly how bad the pain is. If you can focus on something else, you're on the lower side of the pain scale. Like, not saying that you're not in pain and you shouldn't go grab some pills, because you are and you should. But, like, I'm not concerned that you have appendicitis, and I don't think you need to go to the hospital.
well, no, because it's not on my left side. That's how I know it's not appendicitis.
Yeah,
It's on my
also,
right.
But it's also like, is it a level of like, do I think this is a stomach infection or something that is serious enough that like you need to go to the hospital? And if your pain scale is at a point where you're like, yeah, I can go get pills, but right now I can also focus on working on my OC. You're not at like, you're not at the point where I'm like, hey, dude, go to the hospital.
Yeah, I'm actively getting sick days currently.
Yeah. If it ever comes to the point where you like physically can't focus on anything else, that's when you need to be going to the hospital.
Well, it does hurt to breathe, so.
Yeah, which it says something to it, but it also like, If you are capable of focusing on other things and either forgetting about it for a little bit or choosing to ignore it and be like, yeah, I'm fine, like you don't need to go to the hospital. At least from my personal opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion also comes from being broke as fuck and not going to the hospital unless I'm actually dying. And even then, I don't have health insurance, so I don't go anyways.
I don't have health insurance right now either. That's why I have not asked to go.
If you don't have health insurance, then you don't need to go to the hospital at all. You're fine. Unless your fucking appendix is exploding, you're fine.
My favorite medicine, barbecue seasoning.
That cures all my ailments. All right. Oh yeah, I'm missing a chair in here still. Because we'll let this one stay missing for now. Because I'll remember that easier. Okay. There's still trash and blood in the other room and evidence.
I am glad I finally got over that I don't need to murder myself constantly to start drawing.
Wait, hold on. You don't have to murder who?
Myself.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. Why were you gonna murder yourself?
Over drawing because I'm like, this doesn't look right, and then I would give up. But I figured it out because it looks too big.
Yeah, figuring out your pen size. I remember you saying.
My pen size is like a 1 pixel something. That's what looks right to me.
Hey, whatever works for you. Everybody's got a different style. God damn it! That's such a stupid mechanic. Just knocked over and spilled my entire bucket and wasted all my detergents because I pulled out my lamp, and by pulling out my lamp, it yeets it across my bucket. That's so dumb.
Damn it. Also, like, Xander, if you need a topic to talk about, you should tell me about God of War.
I'm still working on a PowerPoint for that. Did you know that?
You're still working on it?
Yes. There are 9 games to get through. I'm currently on the 7th.
I can't fucking wait.
I'm working on, I'm trying to, because I want it to be, I hit a certain point where I was like, oh no, I'm doing everything. If I'm going to talk about all of it, if somebody wants a PowerPoint for the entire history of the God of War franchise, I'm doing all 9 games in chronological order, not order of release. And I'm going to give you everything. All of the details, all of the orders, all of the people that you kill, not all of them, all of the named people that you kill. Because otherwise, this would take me forever.
You should have told me about every single grunt that you murdered.
I'm gonna make a PowerPoint. I'm not a PowerPoint. I'm gonna make like an edited video that's just a collaboration of every grunt Kratos makes, which unfortunately is just his only form of communication. It's grunting and yelling, and that's the only way he speaks. you.
Let's do.
Thanks. That means, unfortunately, that I'm tired and I need to go to bed soon. Did you know that? My allergy symptoms exacerbate when I'm tired.
I thought you said masturbate, and I was like, oh, okay.
I masturbate when I'm tired. Unrelated to any conversation we were having. That's what I said. No, my allergy symptoms get exacerbated when I'm tired. Like if I'm like exhausted or I stay up late, which I've started to figure out. And one of the things that that made me realize that was just how quote unquote sick I get every time I do a subathon. I think I've just learned that it's not that I'm sick during the subathons. It's that I have pretty severe allergies and I take allergy medication daily for them. But I think I've realized that it's the fact that when I'm exhausted, my body gets weak. And then I'm much more sick than I would normally otherwise be.
I have returned from taking. I spoke to my brother.
Right.
We didn't have anything specifically for stomachs, so I took 2 more ibuprofen.
But be careful how much of that you're taking.
I know. He did the math and he told me it was fine. But he's taking me to the doctor tomorrow because he says that it sounds like something that he had a while ago. And he doesn't want me to deal with that, so.
Okay. Yeah, just keep track of your painkiller intake.
Yeah, these are the last 2 I'm taking tonight, so okay. If they don't work, oh well.
Also keep track of all the ones you took today, how much and when, and same thing for tomorrow. If you're gonna go into the doctor's office, they're gonna want to know what your painkiller intake over the last 24 hours was, so they don't accidentally give you more and overdose your ass.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Oh, fucking Christ.
Don't die on me.
Yeah.
Hey, weird question that doesn't have anything to do with you dying, but how's the job search going?
I don't want to think about it.
All right.
You got this.
That sounds like I know my answer. Okay.
I'm still very, very confident about that hotel job because she seemed really confident in me as well. She was like, "Yeah, I put your application aside to look at in the next 2 to 3 weeks," and she was really, really nice. And I'm really, really hoping, but I'm also looking at other places nearby, and also at the mall because the mall seems to need people. But other than that, no luck.
Yeah, I hear you.
Art fight soon.
Art fight soon. Art fight soon. Art fight soon.
I'm so excited.
I have like a couple of characters I've already got saved that I know what I'm doing. I've decided. Do you want to hear what my challenges for this year are?
Yes, do tell.
So I'm going to try to hit my most number of characters attacked. The past 2 years, I've been able to attack 15 characters each year. I'm gonna just try to either match that or break it. So I need to either get 15 or do more. And I want to attack at least one, if not more, but at least one character from every genre of creature on Art Fight. So at least one humanoid, one anthro, one feral, a mech, a monster, and a worm. I gotta do at least one of all of them. Because I've never done that before. I always just do humans, and I've done like 2 anthros in my life. Or my Art Fight life, I should say.
Okay.
You should draw a warrior cat.
I could, but I feel like there's better ferals to do for me. I don't think drawing a cat is my heart's desire.
No, you're just telling yourself you shouldn't, but you should.
I used to like drawing warrior cats when I was in like middle school. I was really into them.
Mm-hmm.
Never in a million years
Sorry, I was thinking about
here.
fucking. So I told you how I was redoing my MHA OC, right?
Yeah. I love that you
fixed-
also have one of those. Me and my friends were, me and my friend group were just talking about My Hero OCs, and like, like everybody just all collectively has at least one secret My Hero OC. Like everybody's got one, and if you think you don't have one, you do. You're just lying.
I had to redo her to fit a new role play that me and a couple of people are doing. It's gonna be like, you know, like spore infections, like mushroom infection type things.
Yeah.
We're doing a role play kind of like that, and
Ooh,
I had to fix her to fit that. And oh my god, her compared to when I first made her, fucking Christ.
Development, baby.
She's technically the same with like a bit of the same storyline, but her age better suits her father, and it's great to see her different than what she used to be.
Yeah.
Like before, she used to have 2 quirks, which was typical for My Hero OC, but now she has a singular quirk and one that was cursed upon her by her mother, so that she. Yeah. So she's got Wolf, which I came up with a while ago, and Siren Song, so that she would live, because her mother died saving her from a wayward hero, and she gave her that curse to save herself if she needed to, but if she uses it for anything other than a life-saving situation, or for too long, she loses her voice and her quirks permanently, which I think is really cool. And I really like the way that I've changed her up a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still, you know, the typical My Hero OC, with like, oh, she's with this person, but you know, she's forced into this life. But she's different now, and I like that about her. Tee. And I'm excited to see her face off mushroom people, I guess.
Mushroom people.
Mushroom people.
How am I still missing a piece of it? Oh. I found the evidence. I'm just really stupid. Okay, the only thing I am missing now is trash. I've only got 97% of trash.
Do the balloons count?
No. And also, I still can't find this one more of these chairs. And I swear to God, if I threw it out of the map like Reese was talking about, I will hurt several people.
I think a lot of people would volunteer.
Oh. I got stuck and got respawned, so that's fun. Hi, stream. Hi, Mossy.
Hi, Mossy. You have the cleanings.
My Hero C, I made it in 2020, I think. Hang on. It was I don't remember their full name. I know there's Ari Ketsu. Let me see if I can pull up their full name.
Also, Xander.
Yeah.
Sorry to distract you really. Is it okay to not have your art ready specifically on Art Fight Day? Like, can we do it like in the middle of the month? You know?
Yeah, that's fine. People update their stuff all year. Just be aware you will not be capable of updating anything for like the first week because the website will be crashing.
Yeah.
As per usual. Yeah. Matsuna Ariketsu was mine. Hero named the Empath. His quirk allows him to feel all of somebody's emotional and physical feelings with skin-to-skin contact and is completely unable to turn it off. It causes him to be exhausted, causes a lack of human trust, wears gloves and long clothes all the time to avoid it, and ends up working for the police force as a interrogator, because if he, like, yeah, obviously if he touches somebody, he can't read their thoughts, but he can feel all, like, physical and emotional senses. So he like, if he's physically touching you, he knows when you're lying. Like, so he got hired onto the police force as a interrogator. And back in 2020, I was gonna write a what do you call it? A fan fiction between him working on the police force and interacting with Dobby for the first time. Like, trying to, like, interrogate him, be like, I'm gonna find out that you're lying or whatever, only to, like, touch him and, like, realize that he's in this, like, awful, insane, like, agonizing pain, like, all of the time, and just be, like, horrified by that idea.
Okay. Also, Xander, okay.
Yo.
My mind instantly went to this when you said skin-to-skin contact. They can feel everything physically and emotionally. What the hell happens during sex? Is it like double? Or like
double sex, PO. Double sex, PO. 2 times the sex.
That was immediately what my mind went to, was like, if he could do that, and like, so like, does sex get numbing to him over time?
I'll be honest.
Because he just feels it double.
I'll be honest. When I came up with this character idea, sex didn't even cross my mind. So we're entering new territories now. So my assumption is probably that he wouldn't have any interest in that shit, because despite the fact that it could be really cool because, yo, double sex, he is, like, a huge dislike of doing it because it's obviously, like, super invasive to the other person.
Yeah.
So, like, if he was with somebody who, you know, he really trusted, that would be, like, end goal of the anime, is like, oh, okay, anime, the fanfic would be like, oh, okay, like, we've grown to a certain point, like, we're connected, like, I trust you enough to do this, and like actually, like, touching them and feeling they're, like, them being like, oh, like, they're telling the truth, they really do trust you that much, like, it's gonna work, like, it's worth it, so on and so forth, whatever. Insert, dear God, I'm so fucking in love with you. Insert, double sex. Insert double penis.
Perfect.
Also, though, to raise you a secondary thought, as a reminder, this was going to be a fanfic about him and Dobby, which does mean that if you wanted to have any type of, like, romantic stuff with Dobby, he wouldn't even be capable of kissing him without feeling all of the awful, intense, disgusting, agonizing pain that burning alive from the inside is. So there's some angst there, that's for sure.
Definitely. Maybe he gets into it over time.
Dear God, he becomes a masochist. He's like, yes, burn me from the inside harder.
No, please.
How'd this go from really angsty to really kinky? God, where is the trash?
You're welcome.
Use your cleaning sense.
Do you have any idea how many times I've pressed Q? I'm using it. I'm about to use you.
Please don't.
Too late. God.
I think out of my OC for my MHA stuff, I think Tyrio's mom is actually one of the more unique ones, because, of course, she has the wolf quirk, but she's a nurse, so she never uses it.
What is the wolf quirk?
The wolf quirk? She just turns into a huge dire
It
wolf.
just is a wolf.
Yeah, she can turn into a dire wolf. But her mother doesn't have the tail and ears.
She just has.
So her mother.
She just has medical lycanthropy.
Yeah, she's just a nurse. Like, person trying to live her best life. She comes across this dude one night at a party. Like, you know, they fall in love and shit. She doesn't know he's a villain until she turns up with this fucking child, and he's like, well, this is bad.
Bad news
And then,
bongos.
yeah, she ends up living with him, and she's like, well, shit, what am I gonna do now? Because, like, I'm a nurse living with a villain. What now? And then she's fucking killed.
Cue Tommy and its clinic for supervillains. I gotta read that again. That shit slapped.
I still haven't read it, but I keep getting TikToks about it.
I'll read it to you.
I would love that, honestly.
Where's this chair?
I hate to tell you, it might have.
Do you really think it might have went out of the thing?
I have a suspicion.
Oh!
It's in the pool! It's in the pool!
Ah! It didn't go over the fence, it just never left the pool! Let me in! Hello?
That might be where all the trash is, too, unless you've already gotten it all out.
Boop. Brilliant. Okay, let me fill the pool back up again. Okay. No, because the trash is in the cabins.
Oh. Could it be the balloons? Are the balloons trash?
Nope, I've gone over these guys. They're not trash. Do you ever get a little bit tired of life? Like you're not quite happy, but you don't want to die? The thread, cause you want to survive, cause you want to survive.
Are there, like, cigarette butts around that are really hard to see?
Cigarette butts don't normally count. The hardest ones are bullets, but there were no bullet casings on this one. Little bit tired of fake do where I don't. Little bit tired of quickly pursue. Oh! I found it.
Uh-huh.
I've goddamn done it, you bitch.
We have...
Oh, Voracious. Hey, thanks for the first. You're only 3 hours late.
No, they're first.
Oh, sorry. She's first. You're right.
Don't ever doubt her
I would never. I'm leaving.
So many signs.
Ugh.
To care.
God, I'm tired.
Hello, whoever joined. Hello.
Sorry.
Mauritius.
Speaking of...
Hey, ma'am.
Welcome in.
Hello. I don't actually consider myself late, by the way.
No, you're not late.
Exactly.
You're on time.
It was a fault on Xander's part.
Ash, how do you feel about the he/him lesbians?
I'm too
Not
tired to think about a
again,
question like
Sammy.
this.
Sammy went not again. People are tired of my people are tired of my hot takes. You all know I'm right.
You are definitely right.
I am, historically and morally. Thanks, Pio. No, I missed so much. I don't care. Too tired.
I love terrorizing Sammy.
You really are quite good at it. Okay. I've got 11 points. What do we update? Let's make increases all stats on the mop. Good.
Is hiding bodies on there?
No.
No, sadly.
Let's see.
Imagine you just buried bodies.
Yeah.
Just in
All
the
for
yard.
one.
Oh god.
I
He's
think
here.
I gotta get all for one.
He's here.
Get it.
Do I want increased capacity of my bags or an increased garbage detection range?
Well, I think since you got increased capacity last time, you should get garbage range.
Yeah.
I think you should keep going with capacity.
I feel
I feel like
Mm,
you should go detection just because you struggled to find that one last piece of trash last.
that's true. And also, even though I can increase capacity, all for one means I can combine the maximum number of garbage bags, which means capacity won't matter as much. So let's do that. All for one. I now have all for one.
Oh god.
Let's go.
You're gonna be evil now.
Yeah, sorry. Can somebody start playing the dramatic organ music? And I'll also get a second mop, because fuck you.
Yay, mop.
I wish there was an option for audio recording on Twitch. All I will use it for is to yell at Pio. See how I clean blood, Tomura. See how I hide the bodies, Tomura. I have one more point, but I don't want to spend it. But it keeps yelling at me to spend it. I don't want to. Oh, I gotta listen to my phone. Oh, pet that dog.
Daddy is a
Pet
criminal,
that dog.
but you're still a good boy.
Gotta pet that dog.
I love the reusal of all the lines.
All right.
I knew I could count on you. My daughter always gets into trouble and makes some kind of mess. Come in handy. The greatest dad in the world. But I'm sure you know how it
Ooh.
don't you?
Yeah.
He must think we're the same, but surely we're not. Unlike him, I don't have any other choice. Or do I?
This is where he starts asking, I'm not like him, because I may be a dad, but I don't have any other choice.
But does
Oh yeah, the background of this game is that like your, what is it, daughter or son?
Yeah, our daughter.
You need money.
Alright, let me go save the game.
Oh,
You can't
Oh.
just be holding a bunny.
yeah, the room's been redone.
Yay!
Elena,
One last touch.
Dad, if you knew what he did to get
Is this daughter's room?
Yeah, this is daughter's room. It's
Imagine she
redone.
dies before she
Yeah.
even sees it.
Yeah, I'll be real sad about that.
I spent all of this money and you died already.
I that would be the worst ending to this game, is look at what you've become just to save your daughter and it wasn't worth it in the end anyways.
Who's a good boy? Who's not working for a mom?
I loved it.
half expecting the dog to like open its unhinged jaw and just swallow you whole.
You know, I'm also always anticipating that. Never let him guess your next movement. Oh, it's so clean and pretty and bright in here now.
I can't wait for someone to break in.
Hey now.
What?
Everything's worst case scenario with you.
Yep.
Alright.
Comic in the Discord.
Comic in the Discord.
Comic in the Discord.
Comic in the Discord. Hold on. There's discourse in my Discord. Oh,
Not even kinda. It is.
bonk, bonk, bonk. Life's kind of just a terminal disease, sexually transmitted and 100% fatal. No wonder you're here for an STD screen. Yeah, that checks. Yeah, that checks. It's me going into it of like, yeah, so just the usual STDs, or we doing the extra? We could test for gonorrhea, chlamydia, trick. We can also test for herpes, HIV. What you concerned about?
Depression.
Yeah, that's not sexually transmitted, and we don't test for it. But we've got goldfish crackers.
Yay!
That would be my answer.
Imagine.
That would help me a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I am imagining a monster comic that's just this, but life is an actual STD that monsters can get. They're all dead, but monsters can get the life STD.
That's just or not that, but fucking It Follows is just sexually transmitted demons.
That sounds like a lot of horror media.
No, but It Follows is like legitimately that's the whole point of the movie is this monster that's trying to kill you, and the only way to get rid of it is to fuck someone else and then they have it. You just sexually transmitted ghosts.
Oh.
And it's not gone forever. Once it gets them, it goes back to getting you.
Yeah, you just have to hope the sex train gets long enough that it doesn't get back to you.
What happens if you keep on doing it with the same person and then leaving for a bit so that like the distance gets larger and then do it again to switch it to the other person?
I don't think it works that way.
I think it would just get them eventually.
Yeah,
It's
but
kind
then
of
like
it's like the immortal snail.
yeah, just do the immortal snail, but then like fucking each other once every like a year and then fucking off to the other side of the country or something.
Just I'm not gonna finish the game, or I'm not gonna continue the game today, but I was just gonna read the emails real quick, before I exit it. Which I know the next one is the modern art one, which is the art museum cleanup, and is I think the biggest map in the game. And then we have an email from Elena. It says, I'm feeling better. Hi, Dad. I wanted to let you know that I'm starting to feel better. The doctors say the treatment is working, and I've been able to get out of bed more often. I even joined in on group activity today, and it was fun. It felt good to laugh again. I still have to take it easy, but it's nice to see some progress. I can't wait to come home and spend time with you and Dexter. I miss you both every day. Love you.
Next email is her tripping on a life support.
No.
The next one is, hey, Dad, so I contracted a sexually transmitted fucking demon.
I'm tired. I get pessimistic.
People get sleepy and he starts talking about the end times.
Times. So are we doing cleaning tomorrow before art fight?
Maybe we'll see what I end up doing tomorrow. Because tomorrow, I think, let me look at my schedule. Yeah, tomorrow will be the last stream of not art for a month. The next month, I do nothing but eat, sleep, and draw. And go to work, unfortunately.
And D&D.
And D&D. In which I will be drawing while we play.
The best way to play D&D.
I'm always drawing while we play D&D because it helps me focus. It just usually I'm just drawing whatever happens in the D&D campaign. You guys want to see the drawing I did for the last episode of our D&D campaign?
Yes, I want to see it. Why
didn't
didn't you send it?
I did send it. You saw it.
Where?
In art. You Mahiru'd it. I know you saw it.
Oh, the alligator one.
How do I show this? Bonk. This is my character. Her name is XR92741, and this is her new pet. She's a fucking alligator.
The alligator.
Of all the characters or creatures or familiars or pets I could accidentally pick up in a D&D campaign, I pet the alligator in the alley and it came home with me, and now I own an alligator. So, how many arms does she have? XR92741 has 4 arms. She has the 2 human arms at the front and the 2 robotic arms on the back. No, please don't take my alligator away. I'm not complaining about the alligator. I was goofing about the fact that in a D&D game of mythical creatures, I somehow just got like an American alligator. It's a goof.
Hey, who says is not a mythical creature?
It's true. I'm just let me make goofs because it's funny.
Maybe.
Anyways, she's pretty
Can't wait
great.
for the mom to become the BBD.
My last campaign, my animal companion was a spider.
A dancing tap
A
dance
tap
spider
dancing spider specifically
with a top hat.
with the top hat. She was pretty great. And now I have an alligator, and her name is Lyridana, and I
You
love
gotta
her.
put a top hat.
I will not be putting a top hat on her. She's too precious for this world. She's my baby. Baby gator. I don't know why I have an alligator. I just, God. I'm appreciative of her, but every time I think about her, it's just obscenely funny. It's like, yo, what happened in your D&D campaign? I got a gator. I went into the back alleys to put a box away, and I found a gator. It was my choice to pet this thing. It is technically Emily's fault because she wanted the stamp, and then we switched maps, and then the stamp was still there, and you're like, it's in the alleys, don't worry about that. And then it was just there, and when I went back there, you're like, yeah, the gator's back there, and I'm like, fuck. I pet it, I guess, and now I'm here. I rolled too high on animal handling, and now I own a crocodile.
Perfect.
Oh, I gotta figure out. I forgot I'm picking somebody up tomorrow. I'm going river rafting tomorrow.
That's gonna
Don't die.
It not like rapids, like it like just like get in a tube and grab a beer and float down the river kind of thing.
Yeah, don't die.
I will not be grabbing a beer, but I also won't be dying. Don't say this person's
The
address
life
out
jacket
loud. Just trying to find out where they live. Oh, perfect. They're on the way. Okay. I'm gonna leave at 11, so I'll be at your 11:15. Okay, cool. I have no idea who this person is. This is the part of the making adult friends is like I've made this friend group, and I know a couple of people in the friend group, and a couple of them want to go tubing, and I think I know I think I know one person that's actually going, and the rest of these are people I have not met before. And one of them in the group was like, hey, do you live in this town? And I was like, I do live in this town. And they're like, hey, pick me up on the way to the tubing. And I was like, yeah, for sure. So now I'm going to drive to the house of somebody I don't know and have never met. And I'm going to pick them up, and I'm going to go meet a bunch of other people I don't know and have never met. And I'm going to get on the river with them and hope for the best.
Wow.
You're gonna pick an alligator up the river.
And I'm going to come home with an alligator, and I'm going to name her Lyridana. Tie the tube to yourself, please. I'm not concerned about this is such a non-serious river, I promise. Like, I super duper promise that if I fall in the river, I'll be able to stand up and grab my tube.
Well, don't take any drugs. I don't need your liver. I don't need, like, your kidney going missing or something.
What? I can't sell my kidney for a little bit of fun? You against black market organ selling? That's kind of
I'm against
cringe.
someone stealing it from you and you not getting the money.
Yeah.
If you get the money,
know-
I'm fine with it. You do what you want. If someone steals it
Alright.
from you, that's when I get a problem.
So, honestly, that's pretty fair. I'll be honest. If somebody's gonna take an organ, I'd like to be compensated.
Oh,
What?
before anybody forgets, I know she's gonna forget. Can you reach out to Wicked about the knees that are shaking? Because I know she's gonna forget to reach out to you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, there was something that she needed to ask you, but she kept forgetting it, and I was like, I'll pass it along if I see him.
I'm gonna text her right now. You want
Okay, good.
you want to talk to me? Ooh, so bad. I know you do. Surely that'll get it across.
She won't understand what you want to talk about.
You want to talk to me? Ooh, so bad. I know you do. That's for sure, for sure. Reese just sent just a hashtag in chat.
God.
Okay. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I gotta send these fuckers on a raid somewhere. There's still people here. What do you got? What are you fuckers still doing here?
I'm paying attention to you.
Oh, well, I like when you do that.
I can stop doing that if you want.
No, wait, please pay attention to me. Why the fuck do you think I stream?
For money?
Nah. This shit does not make enough money for the amount of work it is. It's entirely for attention. It's for attention's sake. I would like people to pay attention to me.
I wish you luck, Sammy.
Making sure no one sells their body parts and planning how to murder yeah, good luck with that. We've all been trying for a long time. Nobody will ever be successful. All right, let me raid you losers over to
Recrix is live.
All right, good enough for me. What's Recrix doing right now?
Something called Look Outside. So it might be a horror game.
Monster people in mysterious skies. Looks like a horror-esque game. Don't know, don't care. That's where I'm sending you guys. All right. I'm loading up your titties. We're gonna go double their viewer count for fun. Finn, I'm sorry you joined in at the very end, but your bitch has to sleep. So.
Pio, what did you do to Sam?
I've
just
been spamming Xander with bits over the entire stream, and it keeps on scaring Sam.
Reese says, the following message was in my voice recordings when interacting with your cat. Maybe it was like a person that invited him, and that's the one person. Either the other ones, I guess. I'll find out, so you cute when he comes up to me. I die for you. I die for you. Well, Reese has cast a spell on all of us, and no one will survive the night, so... take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And take care of your fathers, or I will turn him into a political lesbian, and you will have no control.